Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. We've been talking about the political situation in Rivers State when the House of Assembly earlier today began an impeachment proceedings against Governor of Rivers State, Fubara, and his deputy, Professor Odu. And Darlington Waju, he's the spokesperson of the APC in Rivers State. He's been speaking with us. Let's now hear from the other side, which is the House of Assembly, for their reasons for doing that. I'm being joined by the spokesperson of the House of Assembly in Rivers State, Honorable Anemi George, who is joining us virtually live. Thank you so much, Honorable, for joining us tonight on the program.
Honorable Doctor, please.
Oh, yeah, PhD, isn't it?
Thank you,
Doctor.
Cheryl.
Oh, you're a medical doctor?
Thank you for having me.
Are you a medical doctor or a PhD?
No. I hold a PhD, sir.
Oh, that's good.
In political science and public administration.
Fantastic, yeah. So let's take you to the terrain you know too well. First and foremost, is this a political witch hunt or what? We've seen this happen less than a year, and we thought that all has been resolved. Some of you even left your PDP and you moved to the APC. What exactly is going on?
First of all, it is irresponsible and very, very reprehensible for anyone to assume or assert that the impeachment move that we have done in accordance with Section 180 of the Constitution is political. There is nothing we have said in this impeachment that Nigerians do not know. The governor is in breach of numerous aspects of the Constitution. In breach of Section 125, which says there must be 125 and 126 that provides for an Auditor General of the state and then audited accounts of the state. Since the inception of this administration, the law says audited accounts must be presented to the House of Assembly. It has never been done. I challenge anyone to show me proof that that has been done. The governor is in breach of Section 192, which says that commissioners' nominations must be sent to the House of Assembly, and the House of Assembly shall screen and approve for the governor. The governor is running ministries with friends who were never appointed or sworn in, and then they allow the permanent secretaries to sign. The governor is in breach of the Rivers State Fiscal Responsibility Law, which says that there must be a medium-term expenditure framework upon which the budget of the state must be built. Since the inception of this administration, there has never been a budget. We never had a budget for 2024. We never had for 2025, 2026. We still do not have. The question I want to ask is that who is going to take responsibility for the public funds that are being spent? Billions of Rivers funds, our commonwealth, are being spent on daily basis, and then nobody's asking questions. When we were elected, we took an oath of office, and then we swore to protect the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's the ground norm. The reason why there is no public disorder, there's no breakdown on law and order, is because there's a Constitution, and people abide by the laws of the land, by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. What the governor has done is that he has jettisoned the Constitution. He's running a state government from his bedroom, spending from his back pocket funds that are meant for hospitals, for schools, for people of River State. Since the removal of subsidy, our allocations have tripled, but the people are not feeling it. People keep saying the presidency is not, the president doing anything, but who has asked, what are we doing with River State funds? The governor has no power to go out of the Constitution to act. So please, sir, nobody should reduce this to a mere political battle or a battle of egos. We're talking law here. We're talking the Constitution. If we say that we are a country that operates the law, that we are subject to the dictates of the Constitution, then every right-thinking Nigerian must be our side. Because if we don't act now, we're going to set a very dangerous precedent. Very soon, you're going to see governors acting without legislature, acting without judiciary. Let me remind you, you have a strong background in law. There is what we call a horizontal separation of powers. That means that three arms of government are equal. Now, for the reason of checks and balances, that's why there is separation of powers among the tripartite arms of government. And so, when one arm usurps the responsibility of the other arms, then we are heading towards a dictatorship, towards a totalitarian system, towards an autocratic system. If we claim to practice democracy,
Thank you. You've explained on the surface what we know, but Nigerians are very discerning. There is no one that will that cannot, I've refreshed the memories of a lot of Nigerians, those who may not remember the political journey, at least in the last 2.5 years or so in Rivers State. At what point did you and your colleagues now discover that Governor Fubara is in breach of the law?
So let me remind you, there are political solutions to even issues of governance, issues of economics, issues of international relations. There are political solutions. So certain times we have intervening variables. There are times when leaders of thought, high-ranking government officials can intervene with a bid to solve problems. And that's where the president came in. I hold the first degree in political science and public administration. I hold a master's degree in business administration. I hold a master's degree in international relations. I hold a PhD in political science before I went to study law. In all of my studying, most of my work life, I was a banker. I have never seen such recklessness. The president came the first time, intervened, and the governor said it was a mere political solution. That was his own word. Every term of the agreement, he went against. That was a political solution to a constitutional problem. The second time, the president intervened again. Let me tell you something, Sheung. During the state of emergency, the president sent the administrator of the state administrator to interface with the House of Assembly and say, look, guys, we don't want problems anymore. The whole essence behind the state of emergency will be defeated if at the end of this emergency, we don't have a functional government. So please, can you guys go back and reconcile with the governor so that after this, we can have a functional system, all three arms of government functioning optimally. And then the members of the House of Assembly told Abbas, that was the first and only time I sat with Abbas, that, sir, go back and tell the president, we love him, we respect him. We have a good relationship with him, we're going to work with him. But if he brings Sin Fubara back, all 27 of us will resign. Let him run the governor. Let him run the government, let it be a sole administratorship. No problems. And then Abbas took the message back to the president. The president now intervened personally, sent representatives. The time we were taken to Abuja for a meeting, we were surprised. They opened the door, the guys from the presidency were there, and then we saw Fubara. Almost all the members got angry and walked out. But the minister of FCT walked in and locked us in and said, this is the last day of this thing. We must settle. Those are political intervening variables. And so when you have such interventions, sometimes you are allowed to relax certain rules. Now, the state of emergency did not come to erase the sins of the past. If the entire essence of the state of emergency has been defeated, if this recalcitrance, this incorrigibility cannot be solved, if this recidivist nature cannot be healed, then what are we talking about?
So, Honorable, so you're saying that, yes, just a moment, you're saying that the sins of Governor Fubara, all of what you've described as his offenses and the allegations against him, they are in abeyance, but you thought that there was going to be changes, but there are no changes. Is that the situation? That the governor had not changed?
That there will be change.
But he hasn't changed.
There are two levels of sins now. So there was the pre-state of emergency sins and the post-state of emergency sins. The pre-state of emergency sins, we had hoped that in the interest of our state, we can come back and work together. If you remember, immediately after the state of emergency was lifted, we came into a session and called on the governor to please bring an appropriation bill. Let us pass it for him. Why did we do that? We know, we are sensitive. We understand that during the state of emergency, the National Assembly passed a budget for the sole administrator. And so we understand that the governor didn't have inputs. That budget doesn't really reflect the interests and whims and aspirations of Rivers people. We know that the governor has his own vision, his own plans for the state. So we said, in order to accommodate your plans, your visions, your aspirations for Rivers people, bring an appropriation bill so that we can pass it for you, so you can continue with your government in the interest of our people. While we prepare for 2026, we said, bring your list of commissioners. Whoever you want to appoint is not our business. Let's screen them for you.
But honestly speaking, Honorable Judge, you're saying tonight, and you're telling Nigerians, and this is on record, millions of people are watching tonight. And whatever you say with your pedigree and your profile, a lot of people will hold on to it. And you're saying that the FCT minister does not have a hand in all of what is going, and you guys are just doing what is plainly legal. Is that the case? That the FCT minister doesn't have a grouse? I mean, in fact, with what we are seeing on the tour of the minister in Rivers State.
Sheung, you are pouring oil inside water, and those two don't mix unless you boil it. Listen, the FCT minister is a politician. We should not mix. If we begin to mix politics and constitutional matters, we'll begin to cause problems. That
but the FCT minister is your political leader. You are aligned to him, and most of you, the Amawule and the rest of you, are aligned with the FCT minister.
Listen,
is that a fact or not, Honorable?
I am not a party chief. You called me here today to speak as a spokesperson of the Rivers State House of Assembly, not the spokesperson of PDP or APC or the Rainbow.
But are you politically aligned with Minister Wike? Are you politically aligned with the FCT minister or not, Honorable?
Listen, Sheung.
Are you or not, Honorable?
Personally, I am politically aligned with the FCT minister. But Sheung, it's insulting to reduce activities of an institution created by the Constitution to just politics or to an individual. Unless you're telling me that the House of Assembly is an appendage of the family of Yesom Wike. He's the minister of FCT. He's our political leader. Please, sir.
Let me ask you. Sorry. Let me ask you. And I like you, honestly speaking, tonight, I like you to tell the truth to Nigerians, if you can, please. Is it true or not that the governor rejected some of what some of you wanted to insert, allegedly coming from your political leader, into the budget, which the governor rejected, and that's where the whole crisis started? True or false?
Sheung, I say with every element of conviction and sincerity that there was never a time. There was never, in fact, that such a conversation has not even happened yet. I'm telling you that the governor has not even come to discuss about budget or appropriation or supplementary budgets. No responses. So we haven't even gotten to a point where we will have the opportunity to insert or no insert. We have not even moved up to that point yet. There has never been a conversation that, look, guys, given for more time, I'm going to bring the budget. Is voluminous. We're working. I need more time. There is no conversation. Total silence. No responses to our calls. Nothing. So when you say that he refused to insert our interest, we've not even moved up to that level where we say.
Are you one of those who rejected the supposed money sent to your accounts for the festivities?
I am the spokesperson of the House of Assembly. I did the press release, yes, and we did that based on principle. There's no constitutional provision for that. How do you defend it? In the budget that National Assembly passed for ABAS, there's nowhere that they said that there will be Christmas gifts to who and who. We didn't reject it because the money is too small or anything. We rejected it because I don't want to go to prison. There is no constitutional provision for such a money. Which constitution? Which appropriation law backs it? Look, Sheung, we are dealing with public funds. These funds do not belong to my father or mother or my sister or you, my brother, Sheung. They belong to people, Rivers people, in the nooks and crannies of Rivers State, in the villages, chiefs, men, women. So who will pay for it? Who will take responsibility for those public funds? We don't have a budget for 2024, not for 2025, not for 2026.
Honorable, tell Nigerians tonight, if you may, please.
Yes.
Whatever that is going on, there are those who think that this move is to shake the governor such that it will get to the table and negotiate with the political stakeholders in the state. And those who say the same thing that happened the last time will happen. You guys will never see this through because this is just a political gimmick to shake down the governor. And I'm going to ask you, could there be a political solution to this from the point of view of you and your colleagues to halt the proceeding on impeachment move against Governor Fubara?
Sheung, I very sincerely, I doubt that. Because we've had one too many political solutions. You see, you're asking the same question with different words. When I live here and I go out there and I wear my renewed hope cap, and my APC uniform, then you can ask me about politics. But it diminishes the institution of the Rivers State House of Assembly if you say that everything that we do is because of politics. Even if you want to play politics, you must play politics according to the law, within the confines of the law. If you allow yourself to have infractions, to breach the Constitution, and then people play with the windows that you have created, you can't blame anybody. But right now, what we're talking about is the law.
So you and your colleagues, Honorable, you and your colleagues are bent on removing the governor and the deputy. Is that right? And you will see it to the very end.
Sheon, I said earlier today that the governor is a recidivist. In legal balance, you know, a recidivist is somebody who commits the same crime over and over again. He's punished or forgiven. He comes back. He commits the same crime. So what's the need for a political solution when today you will still do the same thing again? Shall we imagine that in your states, a governor brings his cousin to sit on the seat of the commissioner, not appointed, not screened, and then the governor is giving the man is giving instructions, not appointed. So we imagine that the governor wakes up, spend public funds as though they were his personal money.
So you are saying, Honorable, my question is that are you seeing this to the very end? Because I imagine that President Bola Tinubu, although he's not in the country, he comes back, the political leader of your party, comes and says, oh, you guys, stop that. That could happen. As the leader of your party, wouldn't you guys stop?
Sheon, the president is a human being who feels like you, who smells like you, who has senses. I'm sure the president, wherever he is, will be very insulted. The first time the president intervened, he was insulted. They said it was a political solution that was not binding. The second time, the president went through hell to assemble stakeholders to broker this peace. And then somebody goes back again and reneges. You can't keep breaking the law and expecting the president to come to your rescue. The governor was out there bragging that we should not worry. Whenever he's ready, the president will give us instruction to pass his budget for him. I mean, that's insulting to the president.
Honorable, is this about Inyendeba? Agreement is agreement. Is that the cause of this problem? Is it a matter of Inyendeba?
I think I think you are in the wrong profession. You should be a comedian or a clown.
Oh, really?
Because I don't know how.
Does this sound funny, Honorable? Does it sound funny? I'm sorry if this sounds funny, but it's a very popular language in your political farmament in Rivers State. Don't you hear it?
You are reducing very, very serious constitutional issues to mere comedy. And I think it's not fair to Rivers State. You shouldn't be doing this. This is a very serious issue. We're talking about the lives and livelihood of a people. We're talking about institutions of a state. It's the creation of the Constitution.
Honorable, do you feel this as a sign, whatever happened today, as a member of the APC, do you see it as a sign of betrayal? Do you see yourself betraying your political party in which you just joined? Do you see yourself as a betrayer?
I sit here, I'm speaking as a spokesperson of the House of Assembly, not as a party chieftain. So I would want you to restrict your conversations to the activities of the House of Assembly, which I represent.
But you represent your party in the House, and you're a member of the party, and you are supposed to uphold the interests of the party on the floor.
The party is a vehicle. The party is a vehicle. Once I enter that chambers, I sit on behalf of the people of Asatoro Constituency 2. And once I sit here, I speak on behalf of the 27 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly.
Give me a moment, Honorable, give me a moment. I would love to know, for you, this is a fight to finish, isn't it? You will follow the law and you push this to the very end. Is that what you and your colleagues are up to?
We are not fighting. We are protecting the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to avoid the breakdown of law and order, to avoid anarchy. We must set the record straight. We must respect our Constitution. Right. We swear an oath to that, Chair.
Okay.